Hey guys, I do apologize for the wind and everything, but I wanted to come on here because as I'm recording this, the 144th edition / episode of my Animated Girls Profile Confidential, where I talk about Surge Satiric from IDW Sonic, is up and running. Now, like I said in there, in the beginning, I might be cheating a bit, but basically when you look at the fact that they decided to add her to Sonic Forces Speed Battle, and other people have been doing, some animations, SFM and NFSW animations and all that, it kind of qualifies her to be talked about in this series. And I know I've talked about other characters that basically have not really been given the animated treatment, but the reason I would cover them, like let's say Ninjara from Archie TMNT, is because I feel that if given the opportunity, they would have fit well in an animated series with TMNT, especially the Saturday morning one that they were doing, the Fred Wolf one. If you get what I'm saying. But yeah, the reason I'm bringing this up is, as the title pretty much says, this year 2025 marks 10 years. This October, 10 years of Animated Girls Profile Confidential, and it's hard to believe that I've been doing it for that long. I mean, I've been taking a break here and there, long breaks, not so long breaks, and all that, in between talking about characters. But it's mainly because of the fact that I was always trying to figure out, okay, who do I talk about next that I've not yet talked about? And when I would find a character I've never talked about yet, I would, start talking about them and giving my opinion on who they are, give a bit of a background as well, and so on. So, for me, this series has kind of been one of those series that, even though I'm close to 150, basically 150 this within not this month, but basically 150 within 6 editions, 6 episodes, if you will. It's been a blessing to do something like this on the side, because if there's one thing that a lot of YouTubers, well-known YouTubers as well, that have gotten themselves on the map on YouTube, it's been because of the main series, or at least a side series they've been doing to kind of get people talking. And for me, I started doing this series as a bit of an inspiration, thanks to Play for Cinema's Furry Girl Profiles Confidential, done by Jawbreaker, where he would talk about anthropomorphic female characters, who they are, what their background is and everything, and if not, talk about them a little bit more in detail, wink wink, if you know what I mean. Me, I saw this and I'm like, you know what, I like what he's doing and I can do it as well, but I'm going to take it a step further, and I'm going to not only talk about anthropomorphic female characters, but I'm also going to talk about overall female characters of any kind, animated female characters of any kind. And basically that's what I started doing. Yes, I started with Nicole Watterson from Gumball, but throughout you've noticed that I've talked about not just, like I said, anthropomorphic characters, but human ones as well, like Lady J from G.I. Joe, RC from Transformers, and so on. So I've been giving a bit of a variety, is what I've been doing. And again, I got to give a shout out to Play for Cinema and Jawbreaker for inspiring me to do this, but to take it up, like I said, up a notch, and go one further by talking about the animated female characters of the human kind, the alien kind, the robotic kind, and all that. So got to give a shout out and a thank you for them, and inspire me to go and do this series, but take it to a level that they haven't gone to yet as well, because their main priority is the furry anthropomorphic girls. Now, what's interesting about doing a series like this, a series of videos like this, is you never know what the length of the video is going to be. I think one of my longest ones, or a couple of my longest ones, have been an hour, because because of not just the character, but of how much I want to talk about them and what the background is and all that. And sometimes they can vary from that to mainly what the one research was today, and that's a little over 15 minutes. So that's the one thing about, again, that's the one thing about doing these kind of series. You know, when you choose a character you're going to talk about, you want to see basically how much you can talk about them and how long talking about them is going to take, whether it's going to take 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 10 minutes, 8 minutes, or even an hour or so. And that's what kind of makes it fun, if not challenging, because you basically want to not only, introduce this character or, reintroduce this character to the masses, but you also want to give them a bit of a background as to who the character is in the long run, so that when they decide to maybe check them out themselves or look them up themselves, they'll have a better clue, a better idea of who they're looking up, who they're wanting to probably watch and everything in the long run. But overall, I have nothing but gratefulness, a gratefulness, if you will, to for this series, because it's given me something outside of my variety of topics that I would, do for my channel, along with my gameplays and all that. It's given me something to really just focus on and make episodic, as much as I can, even though at times, as I said earlier, I've taken some breaks, for a couple of months. Like, before I uploaded the 144th one today, it had been 5 months since I did the last one, since I did the previous one before that. So it takes time, like I said, to try to figure out exactly who I'm going to talk about and why. And it also takes a bit to, look over and see, okay, who did I talk about and who haven't I talked about? And there are characters, anime and Western animation, that I know I have yet to talk about, and as I approach 150 episodes, editions, if you will, the Animated Girls Profile Confidential, I know it's going to become more of a challenge. But I think the more I look, the more I watch, the more I research, the more I realize, hey, there are more out there. Not just on the Western animation side of things, but the anime side of things as well. And, there are characters that, from popular animes like fairy tales, specifically 2 characters, or 3 characters actually, I could dedicate individual videos to. There's, characters from Disney I could dedicate videos to as well, and Warner Brothers and so on. So there's a lot of content I can work with, and I'm looking forward to it in the near future as I approach 150 episodes editions, potentially this year. But yeah, come October, officially it'll mark 10 years. But overall, 2025 is now 10 years since I started this little series of videos. And again, I got to give a shout out to Play for Cinema and Jawbreaker for the inspiration for me doing this, I should say, because of what they did with Furry Girl Profiles on their channel. But guys, let me know what your thoughts are down below. Comment if you like. What are your thoughts on the idea that I've been doing this one particular series for 10 years now, this year, officially in, come October? What are your thoughts? Let me know down below. And until next time, I will talk to you later. Do all the things in the description. Helps me out a lot. But until then, I am out.